Bloodseeker CM lane. It's a very common Bloodseeker combination, and Bloodseeker is, you know, a hero that they lean on, but it hasn't worked out that well for them before. They're kind of sticking to, you know, similar methods here. The mid Mars is the one thing to look out for and watch here, as Skyward gets himself a little Devour here immediately. Gonna eat one of those treants from Furion. You asked me if this is going to be a nice draft for them to maybe take their first win here. I am gonna say no. I've seen the cuts, the way they perform. They got their Ultra Comfort here, got SMD on Bristle, you got Shaggy on his Queen. This is like the heroes that they shine the most on.
Well, speaking of Skyward, good to see him, but also the production had the chance to sit down with him and ask him what are some earlier tells that you're going to be winning or you will win a game.
You know, when you throw a lead, I think the most important thing that separates a team going from Div 2 to Div 1, or teams that are going to stick in the middle of Div 2, is the teams that are able to bounce back from a loss and the thrown lead and sort of mentally reset. And we're hoping that if that were to happen to us this season, that we're mentally prepared enough to reset and get ready to go for the next game.
All right, there you go. So we'll see if some of those tells coming into play for Eternity, and obviously what they're hoping for. Again, still looking for that very first win. I mean, hey, they're playing for pride at this point. There's no if and buts around it, right? Like, the fact is the fact that they are going to be finishing bottom 2. They're going to be delegated, having to re-qualify in a sense, but, you know, playing for pride, and that certainly means something, right?
It means something. It's also a little bit, you know, aged poorly level on that, you know, bouncing back when he has official, or, you know, he has left the team. They're playing with a stand-in when they can now instead of him, but he has to play some game here as the new player they had was unable to play today. So not really able to bounce back, as their journey has been tough here in Div 2, looking to take their maybe first map win here in this game.
All right, so here we are. The laning phase upon us, and yeah, very interesting mid-lane matchup. That Mars, second pick, ultimately ends up in the hands of Blessed Kid, matched up against the Queen of Pain right here. What are your thoughts on what to expect from Mars?
Well, I think it's an awful matchup, personally. I'm not super happy to see it. I like playing mid-Mars, but this match, he skills the E? Okay. I mean, yeah, it prevents some of the harassment, but not having your double nuke is also going to mean that you have a harder time doing any form of damage onto the Queen, or even CSing easier. I think Queen is just going to completely demolish this mid lane, unless she misplays it.
You know, an interesting stat that I've been noticing, kind of love to look at that, especially since we've evolved now in Division 2. Obviously, we know about the Disruptor, and sure, just suffered its first loss, but overall still a very high win percentage. On the other side, Snapfire. Snapfire has been played just as many times as a Disruptor, and only has 1 win. I think it's a 1-8 record.
Oh, no.
As far as individual game record.
It's
so
the anti-Disruptor, or not anti,
yeah,
but the opposite. And here they are matched up against each other. That doesn't bode well for Snapfire.
Yeah, I don't mean to rub it in for Eternity, but it's just something that I found interesting when looking at that stat breakdown there. Again, Snapfire certainly is a strong hero in her own right, but just simply hasn't had that success throughout this tournament.
I think
that you maybe would expect.
A bit of it can come from the fact that this combination of like Snap and Mars we've seen so many times before, but
sure,
it was really hard nerfed. Like, that was the meta. We saw it like 5,000 games or something in the you know, a year ago in that patch. It was played, and we see Queen just do all the damage she can here. Not gonna be able to get the kill in the end. The tower regen tangles. He's gonna stay alive on Mars, but going bottle against Queen, not super easy against this Shadow Strike that keeps ticking on you as well.
Yeah, that is level 2 now, and of course that's going to be leveled up, and that's just going to be more and more damage that I'm having to deal with, and he might be dead here.
Yeah, he's just gonna die. He went Mangles on Shaggy, 2 Mangles coming out so that he can power play on the lane a little bit harder. I like that decision. Not a lot of mid players would send out a double Mango like that, but he knows what he needs to do on this lane, and he gets that first blood. Like I said, this lane is horrible for Mars.
It ain't too good. Just die as little as possible. Feels like the gameplay for Mars. Dying as little as possible. Imperium would like that, but unfortunately just gets run down by the Doom Snapfire at that top lane. I mean, that is a pretty aggressive lane that hard to deal with. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we see Crystal Maiden falling, and then Tiny, obviously the response.
Yeah, it was Eternity trying to make the move there, but when CM goes in for the combination of, you know, Nova and Frostbite, the Furin also just starts right-clicking her down, and with the 3-ins and the stun from Tiny, she goes down rather quickly on this lane. She does bring back the boots for Bloodseeker to the lane, and we see Tiny instead TPing mid for a bottle refill here.
Nope. Oh, the spear did not connect. If the spear connects, maybe Mars can pick up the rune, but Save just able to stay out of that clip range. Manages to take it from him. Yeah. Top lane, noticing Moonlight's getting low actually, but he doesn't care. He's going in once again with that cookie. Glimpse on back on a Doom, however. Imperium will stay alive, and now Doom gonna feel a little bit of pressure from that Bristle, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, Empyrean has to stay alive there, because if he died again, he would not have a TP available, so that would be awful for him. But Doom gonna go on an expedition here to try and find some good creep in the jungle. Not really gonna be blessed with the best options. He's gonna go for a Wolf in the end, gets the pack leader's aura and the critical strike. Decent, but certainly not one of the broken creeps that can win you a lane.
What's that creep that you're looking for, would you say?
I mean, there are a few different ones that you can go for. The Harpy creep is a good one. You can also go for the mana burn, honestly.
Or the Goblet for the speed, pretty good. Maybe more for the later game, but...
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, they're trying to dive. Not gonna get the Bristle. I think on this lane, the mana burn creep would be the absolute best one, because it stops Bristleback's ability to spam these quills, and then the lane is pretty safe for you.
Uh-oh. Moonlight might be dead here. No regen. Yeah, no stick. He is dead. So just simply runs in, presses Q, does Disruptor with a Thunder Strike, happen to find him at low life, and a free kill as a result. Scarlet has to be really careful. In fact, he might just be dead himself. Scourge McDuck will find him. Let the quill spam begin. Scorched Earth responds. Glimpse into the trees even deeper. Imperium almost toying with him, it feels like, and we're not going to see... Oh, actually, he's going to be run down in the end, so at least Doom takes him out before dying right there.
Yeah, Disruptor not very fast, no boots, and Scorched Earth allows Skyward to run him down there and get a kill. Rotation towards mid here for the bottle refill initially, but gonna go and try to kill Queen. Maybe a toss?
Yeah, decent timing with the 6-minute rune spawn coming up for Moonlight. It makes sense, even being involved a little bit more. Queen of Pain, it got low, but not low enough. However, the Illusion Rune was spotted up by Queen of Pain, eventually making her way bottom to pick it up, and needs to be careful though, because with the rotation to Crystal Maiden, but never mind, gets glimpsed away, and suddenly CM has a run back over. Sadman just on the outskirts of Mars right there. The scream comes out and helps finish the job, and now Crystal Maiden completely locked in place. Sprout eventually ends, but they're just toying with him, it feels like, at this point.
Yeah, her courier dies as well, so that's not gonna help you. And Moonlight has to run all the way back to base as well, so a lot of time invested here, perhaps from the cuts, but even more time lost for the Eternity. As, of course, a lot of heroes rotated there. The 6-minute action is always recurring in these games, the power runes. You want to play around them.
Not surprising. But Bloodseeker, quietly, we really haven't talked about him at all so far this game, but maybe we should start because he is top farm in the game. We're top CS, and very good start for him, and Eternity has to be satisfied with that at least.
Yeah, it's something good for them, but I've also seen quite a few games now of Bloodseeker just dominating and like having a really good farm in his lane, and then not able to transition that into something dop. We see a Doom on Bristol. I think he's gonna be fine though.
Glimpse,
he's just running under tower.
Exactly, the glimpse, and really it's just Bristol's fine. In Moonlight, not sure what the game plan is there, but if it was to die, you know, unfortunate for him, although Doom is helping out, and actually the arena does end up catching Bristle back, so Imperium left alone, kinda. Tiny eventually comes in, they do get the turn kill in Moonlight. Now Skyward, he's trying to stay alive as long as he can, using that Devour right there, but it's not gonna matter. Save will finish the job, and takes out Doom as well. Bless Kid.
Okay, a rupture on mid lane. Kara gonna get a kill on the Queen there. Huge kill as the cut, they tried to make a play mid. When the rotation came top for Eternity, they tried to get the mid tower. They did get a lot of damage, but Bloodseeker coming in, actually having some impact. Exactly what I was asking for, to see these Bloodseekers not just sit in free farm, but also join the fights and get something done.
Yeah, using that rupture ASAP. So yeah, very good rotation, and 15 hero kills in about 8 minutes into this game already. It's called a scrappy game of sorts. Queen of Pain wants revenge, but really just going to Shadow Strike, and that's all that'll happen. But Bloodseeker making his way back to the bottom lane now, and we'll continue that farm. Of course, the Maelstrom has been queued up, and might be the first item choice.
Yeah, it looks like top is the place to play right now for the cut. They probably will join with Furin as well soon if they feel like they want to take a crack at this, because Doom has moved to bottom, so lanes have shifted a little bit. Doom is finding a safer area to farm. Mid is going to be the play.
Oh, the Sonic hits both, actually. I thought it might only hit one, but lined it up perfectly. Hits the Snapfire, hits the Crystal Maiden, and toss back. Actually, pull back in with the glimpse on a Bloodseeker. He is going to die, but here comes Mars showing up. The arena goes down. Tiny will fall, but not much more Mars could do with that. He had to respect the fact that Furion was also nearby. Now using that bulwark to mitigate some of this damage. That tower's going to fall though any second, and Bleskin is certainly dying with it. He's just blocking as much as possible, being a Spartan that he is.
So awkward, just kind of crawling backwards, not having TP available, nothing to do. I mean, this Mars is the big story of the game so far. He's having no game at all. He's 1,000 gold behind the lowest farm under support. Granted, all of them are pretty close to each other. Most of them are like 4,000, 4,600 net worth, somewhere there. Whereas he is only down at 3,000. And when you're a mid and you fall behind as a Mars mid, that feels horrendous. His timing is going to be blink, but he's skipping face boost just to get it faster.
Yeah, that's never good, but hey, all it takes is you get that blink, make a play with it right away, and all of a sudden you got a bit of gold to work with. So, trying to stay on the positive side there with that, but yeah, it has been a struggle certainly for Mars. We'll see if he's able to get that recovery going. Queen of Pain though, regen room bottled up, she's smoked up with Disruptor, and they were heading. They see this Bloodseeker, they have the vision on the uphill.
Snap is
Static Storm
can lay it down.
There is that Snapfire ultimate as mentioned, the Mortimer Kisses, and Queen of Pain nearly dying too, and one more hole just out of range. Imperium is likely going to fall, dodging the spear, by the way, to Queen of Pain as well, but at least they get the one turn kill.
Moonlight got distracted there trying to go for the Disruptor instead. He should have just locked onto a Queen. He had a kill.
Well, and he gets distracted trying to chase a little bit more, doing some counter warding, and Queen of Pain will actually take out the Snapfire and now assist the team in pushing this top lane. You look at the Bristleback, he's got the Vanguard, the Soul Ring, and he is already feeling pretty tanky.
Yeah, and that tower is going to fall before any form of defense can be mounted here. They're now trying to maybe ping and call for people to come, but they don't have Snapfire ulti anymore. This Bristle is pretty tanky with Vanguard. They want to try him, but they don't have that movement speed.
That too. I mean, it almost feels like maybe a blessing in disguise, because yeah, if they really commit to a chance right there, that I don't know about that one. In the end, Mars will just soak up some farm. Doom's off in the jungle, attempting his or not more so increasing his farm, as well as he has a Hand of Midas now finished.
Hey, he's going for the greedy build, of course, getting the Midas and Devour. It's what every Doom ever will do. It's the scaling offlaner. Didn't have the fantastic start that he perhaps wanted on the offlane, but he's growing slightly. I would like to see him to maybe find a different creep than the pack leader, because that really works better later on in the game. I think maybe there will be a better option for him.
Still sitting on it for the time being. Does have his ultimate ready to go, and is going to get a smoke from Snapfire. Were they seen? Maybe.
The smoke
ward
was
did see that area,
but I don't think it was spotted.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, just Disruptor just missed tanking it. It's going to go for the combo to Bloodseeker. Gonna go for a solo kill? There's no one else here, so the Wrath of Nature, that's what's there. It did not kill him though. And speaking of Chives, Chives goes down.
Yeah, he just panicked Wrath of Nature because they smoked onto him and connected. Now going for the punishment here though, chasing down the Doom.
Scream used, takes out Moonlight, Skyward, turning it into the piggy. Attempting a run, and that'll be enough to keep him alive, so they only get the kill in Snapfire. Mars has Blink. However, he's spotted. There's that ward, and this ward's getting a lot of value right now.
Yeah, it's a very nice one, but at the end of the day, a little bit of a win for Eternity, I guess. They were farming their Bloodseeker, they got the kill on the Furion, and then lost only a support, so not really the worst for them. Considering their situation right now, they should be happy with any sort of even trade. Now they're going top immediately. This is a rotation with the Mars ulti. They want the Nature's Prophet again.
Yeah. And Chimes knows something's up. He's feeling it. Lust Kid jumps in, but yeah, even using the piggy to get away there. So Radiant Scan hits this Tiny, who's smoked up over to the side, but the awkward position of sorts, because Tiny is almost like he is by himself currently. Okay, he is going to find Crystal Maiden, who happened to be the one isolated, and they will get the free pick as a result. But here's that response. The spear missing, though. That's unfortunate, and that means TP. No, it is going to stun the cookie at the last second. Moonlight saves the day and gets the kill.
Yeah, even though the connection was not perfect there, they still get the kill, get the mid hero, and now they need to do something, though. And there's a drawback, though, about their drafts. They don't have tower damage. So even if they get pickoffs on core heroes like this, it's still going to be in the Nature's Prophet doing some tower damage bottom. You're not really able to quickly mobilize to take down one of these tier 1 towers, which is also why we see all the tier 1 towers still standing for the cut, no tier 1 towers still standing for eternity.
Yeah, not the most surprising when you put it that way, but Doom's gonna try to help pressure this top tower as, well, 4 heroes are up here for eternity. But while they're waiting around, let's take a look at those odds here thanks to esportsbet.io. A watch to earn platform, and frankly, no surprise, it is a fairly heavy odd favorite for the cut coming into this one. Of course, again, eternity still searching for that first game win even. But they do get that top tower kill, and they close the gap a little bit. Bottom lane, though, oh, this could get spicy. Blessed Kid, oh, the glimpse back, and see you later, Mars. You're no longer here. Now it's a bit awkward for the side of eternity. However, Doom's activated on a bristleback. Tiny will toss back Doom. Good static storm, hitting a couple, including Doom, but they don't really care. They get the kill on Tiny, but that mute is going to end soon. Big scream coming out from Sadman. More so the Sonic Wave. And they take out Crystal Maiden. Skyward's low. That BKB is going to be wearing off here in a couple of seconds. Blood Right being put down, but cannot help save the Doom. And he'll fall. Cookie? Okay, there. Mars shows back up, so he got glimpsed back, remember? 20 seconds ago. He's finally back in, though. Now Scourge McDuck trying to take this damage. It gets the kill on a Bloodseeker. Sadman.
They can spear
that Shadow Struck out, though. Yeah, there's a spear, and it connects. The stun hits. And the Rupture, he is going to survive, though, barely. The Cookie that gets a kill to Mars, holding his crown out with the assistance of Chives. They take out Snapfire, and Sadman will TP away.
And the Crystal Nova right after a TP out as well. Wow. Shaggy is going to feel real good about getting out on that one. His Queen of Pain got a really nice Sonic Wave there in that fight as well. The glimpse back by Disruptor onto the Mars really changed the pace of that fight, because suddenly they can commit to the fight. They know that they don't have their mid laner, even though he's not the strongest tool perhaps in their toolkit. Losing one core hero just to a glimpse like that and having to wait for him to come back to the fight made it very awkward for them to defend that tower.
Back and forth brawl there at the bottom lane ultimately is a victory for the cut, and going to transition, at least right now, into a Roshan attempt. Not necessarily a free one, but eternity, they're not coming. They somewhat in the area, but not really. It is going to be the free Roshan when it's all said and done. Like, you, of course, give the Aegis to Queen of Pain to work with now.
Yeah, Queen has the Aegis. Might see him do the same thing that I called last time as well, getting the Aegis. He is building towards the BKB. Probably going to go back for the Shard. He did it last time. And, you know, allow yourself to be more aggressive and make something happen.
Picks up that 11 strength talent as well. Does Queen of Pain, so extra life working for him, and they find the free kill on a Crystal Maiden. So she's out for 25 seconds. Of course, that double damage rune activated on the Quap. You can tell Eternity doesn't want to have anything to do with this right now. They're completely spread out, farming elsewhere, trying to get some objectives, including that bottom tier 1, but really just relying on the creep wave to put the pressure on it.
Yeah, if they show a single hero down there, then the Fury and ulti could root them and TPs could come in, so it's so scary for them to go for a tower push. Now they're showing Moonlight, and what will the reaction be? Immediately a TP in, coming in from Queen? Gonna cancel it though.
Yeah, Queen's TP getting canceled by the spear right there, so...
Oh, I see, Mars gone.
Good stop from Mars. Yeah, but in the end... Yeah, Bristleback's just farming up their Radiant jungle anyways nearby. And Sadman is starting to blink over and rotate now. But yeah, you see Doom all the way up here. He's again, they're being careful about showing themselves in obvious places at least, because they know that that movement could come in any second and they can catch you pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's really trying to run around as much as possible. He does have the BKB though. So BKB makes Doom the only hero who can kind of show himself. Whereas the rest, like Bloodseeker in particular, has to be very wary about where he's showing on the map and can't be too far out alone. Bottom, Furin thinking about TP and after Moonlight, but he's just farming for now. This is pretty okay for Eternity though. They get some time to build towards key items. This blink on Doom is gonna come up soon. He has it right now.
Yeah, being flown out to him by the courier. So that's obviously a tool to be able to jump in. And who is he looking to do, by the way? Is it that Bristleback or Queen of Pain maybe? But well,
Queen
of
after
Pain's gonna find a
Aegis.
kill, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
during Aegis, I don't know, he would have to do him like Disruptor or Tiny even. Like, Bristleback is okay to doom if it's a team fight, but you're not gonna kill Bristleback by randomly dooming him. So right now he could doom a support even, but he's just waiting for the Aegis to disappear on Queen. Queen is the real target.
Yeah, that certainly makes sense. Queen's gonna
bit of failed
put some
glimpse.
decent damage.
Yeah, Glimpse not even moving him at all. He like stood still from it because he was right where he was 4 seconds ago.
Yeah, that can be a little awkward sometimes with that ability. It's like trying to time it, and it's like, what was your movement past 4 seconds
were
ago?
you?
Where exactly were you? Yeah, right there. A little awkward, but either way, Bloodseeker, he does get caught here at the top lane. Furion TP's in, Rupture applied to Tiny, trying to allow him to run, but the Sprout gains vision, and they chase continues. There's that glimpse, that one much better, and does help secure that kill.
Yeah, no way for him to get out, and that's exactly what we were discussing earlier, how it's so scary for him to show on the map. The Bloodseeker in particular, he shows himself for a little bit there, and there are so many heroes who can set up. If Tiny is nearby, then he can't TP out. If Disruptor is nearby, he can't TP out, and Furion, with that ult, he can also stop your TP with the root. So, extremely difficult for him to survive. Now the move coming in mid.
Nope, that's going
CM.
forward, Tiny. They do find the CM, and that's that Wrath of Nature, even the Glimpse, Crystal Maiden, the slow burn of death until Scourge McDuck shows up and thwacks him in the face.
Now Moonlight's in big trouble as well. Furion tipping in. Arc and Rune Queen.
Oh no. Sprouted up, and if he got out of the Sprout, he had to deal with a kinetic field. So yeah, he wasn't going anywhere. That's just that double trouble of sorts, double trap, and no chance to get out. So good find again by the Cub. Bottom lane Disruptor. They were pinging him out as if they wanted to maybe go for a jump. I mean, it is Mars, and you have Doom nearby, but Doom's actually TPing out now. And speaking of Doom, okay, yeah. That was a close call, but nothing Queen could do by herself to
Yeah, that
stop
was close because the Glimpse was coming off cooldown extremely soon there. I think he just barely made it out in time. Going for the no BKB TP worked out this time, but that was a risky one.
And Mars also living life on the edge, quickly bursts down what he can at the creep wave, then TP's out to blink him in the tree. So again, what else is there to say other than it just continues to be the scary game for Eternity. Anywhere they're showing up on the map, they feel so vulnerable right now. But hey, you got a BKB almost finished on Mars, almost finished on Bloodseeker. You have one on Doom, of course. Like, you get those, then look to make a play, right? Well, they're gonna go right actually a little bit early as a 5-player smoke.
It is a BKB Mars, but he's missing like a full item. He's missing Deso basically for a mid Mars. He's so far behind his timing. Jumping in, missing the spear.
Oh no, that is awkward. And here comes a response. The Sonic comes out and not gonna be enough for the kill initially. Skyward, BKB runs on through. Did doom up the Queen of Pain. Save is still alive this whole time, by the way. That was the Tiny they jumped initially, the support Tiny. And they were unable to kill him. And you see Queen of Pain just walks off the Doom
Skyward
in the end.
finds a nice hidey spot, but that's pretty much the nature of the game here. You hide from the cut because they're coming for you. They're coming for all of you. Another initiation that did not really go the way that it wanted. This mid Mars really looks like Sheep said on the panel that this was intended to be an offlane Mars, and then it was like, okay, fine, we can run it mid, but he doesn't look comfortable to me on Mars, and this was not a good game to do it either. So knowing that there's a Queen of Pain, this just looks horrible for them.
And you see Skyward tipping save as killing him, who did end up finding the Doom who was hiding around there, came out of that hiding spot, and, well, Tiny was there to take him out. So the rest of the team is meanwhile pushing the mid lane. You got the Spear is going to, of course, go right on through that BKB use of Scourge McDuck, who is ruptured, by the way, but he doesn't really care. And Blessed Kid, again, mitigating some damage, turning around, though, and he will be finished off by the final auto attack, and Imperium actually credit for the kill. So doing what they can to hold strong, and they do save the ranged racks. That's it, though. Cookie, Queen of Pain, getting low. Queen of Pain's going to die. So there you go. There's a little bit of burst damage, but at what cost? Uh-oh, now they might be in trouble. Never mind, no follow-up stun. Well, there's a Glimpse Bullet as well as a Static Storm. The tree's being thrown, and Bloodseeker cannot get away, and neither can Crystal Maiden, and neither can Snapfire. But Skyward back in it. BKB's up. Buyback from the Snapfire. But Skyward now trapped in the trees. BKB ain't doing you much good there. And he'll die, and they're just going to call it.
They're going to call it. That game was very one-sided, I have to say. The cuts, they show up in expected manner here, taking care of business. Eternity in 24 minutes and 30 seconds lose game one. I mean, I think they did sort of what they could.